frequently asked questions by customers, and the question goes, what are biodigesters and how do they work? So basically what we always say is that biodigesters are integrated waste management system, and they are used as part of treatment of toilet waste water. The understanding is that, let me give you a bit of a history. Traditionally, manholes and septic tanks and culverts have been what we have used to treat toilet wastewater. So a team comes to your site and they dig about 12 feet by 10, do all the concrete works and the top slab with all the iron rods and stuff, and then when you flush your toilet from the inside the house, the feces and the water are together. That was the problem, and that is still the problem. You need a tanker or a truck to show up to come and collect the physical feces. And then the problem in Ghana most of the time was that when they take it, they don't know where to send it, so they end up in the sea and they are polluting our environment. So then the biodigesters were a much improved method and way of treating toilet wastewater. The whole understanding is that the technology uses aerobic digestion and uses naturally occurring microorganisms to help break down biodegradable materials. That's the solid waste in the access of oxygen. So what it does is microorganisms feed on the feces and they turn it around so that the solid remains can be collected after a time. It can be 3, it can be 4 years, it can be 5 years, it can be 6 years. It can go as much as 15 years depending on how many people are using the facility. The next question is where does the wastewater go? So the technology works in such a way that we use a soak hole. Manholes have got soak away. Biodigesters use soak hole. The idea of the soak hole is that it filters the water into the topsoil. So we fill the bottom of the soak hole, let's say a 2 diameter soak hole, and then the depth is like 4 feet, but it depends on how the pipes are coming into the digester and how it's been laid. The water from the digester goes into the bottom of the digester, and then there's a slope that takes it out into the soak hole. The soak hole is where the final effluent is discharged and then is sorted out nicely into the environment. There's no scent, there's no smell. The good thing about biodigesters is it doesn't give you smell, it doesn't give you scent, and then you will not see human solid waste in the long run. That's how biodigesters work. Then the designing of the soak hole is done in such a way that the bottom must be 2 feet 6 inches below the bottom of the leachate pipe which will be laid. The depth of the soak hole from the surface of the ground will also depend on the water table for the toilet site. So basically what we are saying is, regardless of how deep the digester bed hole is, we will have to maintain the bottom of the soak hole at above given specification, which means that the water will never have to stay in the digester. There will be a rapid separation of the feces from the water, and then the fecal matter